For the past few years, our team has been chipping away at a seemingly impossible feat: to remake the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion in the latest Elder Scrolls engine. While we are still a ways out, we hope that this series will show you how far one of the most ambitious modding projects of our generation has come, and where we are headed. Welcome to the making of Skyblivion. Since our last development diary, we have made a great deal of progress, which we are excited to share with you all today. Most notable updates for this period are the reconstruction of the city of Bruma, new goblin tribes, clothing for the citizens of Cyrodiil, unique weapons, Daedric Artefacts, and much, much more. While progress has been steady, we are always on the lookout for more volunteers to help us finish the project and get it into your hands as soon as possible, especially if you have modding experience or 3D knowledge, but also any of the other skills listed on our website at www.skyblivion.com. To kick things off, we highlight a group of green, almost human-like creatures, goblins. These highly aggressive critters are considered good sport for the keen hunter, but be warned. Though they range between the size of a small child and a fully grown Bosmer, what they lack in height and intelligence, they make up for in strength in numbers. These feral creatures reside throughout the homeland of the Imperials, often huddled together in dank caves and abandoned ruins. With their limited intelligence, goblins are not known for their resourcefulness, but they have at least recognized civilized areas are a treasure trove of food, weapons, and tools. Goblin raids are therefore a genuine concern for residents of smaller settlements, away from well-defended cities and strongholds. It's no wonder goblins are so widely despised across Cyrodiil and regarded as pests, akin to rats and slaughterfish. Indeed, goblins often group together to form tribes, with a hierarchy of sorts. Generally, goblin tribes are headed by a shaman that is revered by the rest of the group and functions as a spiritual leader. Beneath the shaman are various goblins that take on certain roles within the tribe. Warlords, for example, are the most skilled in battle and typically lead the charge in armed conflict. Other notable roles are skirmishers, berserkers, and even chefs. That's right, even goblins need someone in charge of serving up the grub. Nothing worth trying out, mind you, unless you have a taste for rats and fish. Throughout Cyrodiil, it is thought there are at least 7 tribes of goblins that can be identified by their tattoos and skin tone. The Bitterfish clan, based in the ruins of Miskarkand. The Bloody Hand tribe, based in Cracked-Wood Cave. The Dust Eater clan, based in Barren Mine. The Rock Biter clan, based in Timberscar Hollow. The Sharp Tooth clan, based in Derelict Mine. The Skullbreaker clan, based in Wenderbeck Cave. The Three Feather clan, based in Plundered Mine. And lastly, the aptly named White Skin clan, based in Goblin Jim's Cave. While these clans belong to the same species, they can be found waging war against one another. The exact reason for which is not clear, but what is that goblins are willing to fight to the death to assert their supremacy and eradicate rival clans. Recreating 3D assets is a significant element of the Skyblivion project. In order to give you the fully realized remake Oblivion deserves, we are remaking all 3D assets, such as plants, cutlery, chairs, bookcases, potions, weapons, clothes, armors, creatures, and buildings. While we have a clear vision for these assets and how they will appear, it has always been a struggle to find 3D artists to help us realize this enormous task. Swords and plants, for example, require quite different skill sets, which means not every 3D artist on our team is able to work in the areas where we need the most assistance. What we have achieved so far, however, is beyond incredible, and we are proud to announce that the majority of the 3D assets on our to-do list have been completed. Architecture is perhaps the greatest challenge we have faced during Skyblivion's development cycle. Indeed, the city of Leowyn alone has 111 separate pieces. In that number are entire buildings, but also interior kits and smaller bits and bobs, like doors and quest-related pieces, such as pipes and boilers connected to the Fighters Guild that have been tapping into the power of the Hist, a species of trees that grant much power to those who drink its sap. A lot of time, and more importantly, people, are needed to recreate those hundreds of pieces for every city. While work is complete on such sets as the Ayleid ruins, lower-class houses, farms, forts, and, with the help of our friends at Beyond Skyrim, cities like Skingrad, Bruma and Bravel, there is still much left to do. Currently, we are chipping away at the city of Leowyn and the famous Imperial City. If you have the skill to help us with the last leg of Skyblivion's architecture development, we would warmly welcome you into our ranks. An essential distinction between Oblivion and Skyrim is the people themselves. Unlike Skyrim's hairy, towering Nords, who seem just as comfortable in armor as clothes, Cyrodiil is inhabited by a more cultured population. While the clean and mostly clean-shaven faces of Cyrodiil help to create an important contrast from Skyrim's more rugged counterparts, it's the clothes that really make the difference. We pride ourselves in the recreation of the distinctive attires of Cyrodiil. When wandering the streets of the Imperial City or Skingrad, you may behold the upper classes flaunting their colourful suits and dresses. But if you find all that colour a bit too nauseating, we also offer more modest garments. There is something for everyone here. It's just a matter of finding the right trader or donor. One of the great draws of the Elder Scrolls series has always been the hunt for artifacts and unique weapons. Skyblivion will not only reimagine them, but also overhaul how artifacts work. Daedric Artefacts are weapons quite literally forged by the gods. It is only fitting that they should be elevated above the mundane smithery of men and mer. When recreating unique weapons, we first unleash our concept department on the original Oblivion weapon, in order to conceive of a design that better fits its name or origin. A good example is the legendary sword by the name of Umbra. You will be tasked by none other than Clavicus Vile, Daedric Prince of Trickery and Bargains, to relieve its current owner of the burden that is Umbra. You may find, however, that once the sword is in your possession, it will be hard to part with, as its whispers pursue you to wield it in its name. The new and improved artifact will glow as it consumes the souls of those who perish in its vicinity, and not only those by your hand. Should the temptations of this dark power not sway you, however, you may return the blade to the Daedric Prince as instructed, and in kind receive the mask of Clavicus Vile. For those who prefer blunt brute force, Volendrung has to be a fan favorite. This mighty warhammer once belonged to a clan of Dwemer, and has since mysteriously came into the ownership of Malakath, god of curses, who offers it to you in return for a bloody favor. If fulfilling the scheme of a Daedric prince does not deter you, then a mighty hammer that can quite literally shake the earth at your will shall be yours, until it decides to vanish, as Daedric artifacts are known to do. Moving on to another fan favorite, we have Goldbrand. This splendid golden katana is one of the most powerful weapons a mortal could ever wield, granted by none other than the Prince of Treachery, Boethia. Granted in this case, however, requires murdering 9 other chosen of Boethia in bloody tournament combat. You will find the blade is not only blessed with an unrivaled cutting edge, but also a magical enchantment that scorches your enemies when crossing blades, as well as from afar. If you'd rather not make deals with Daedric princes, we have plenty of unique weapons that can be obtained as quest rewards, from scavenger hunts, or even with your hard-earned coin. Our current favorite has to be the Bow of Infernal Frost. In the steady hands of a skilled marksman, this weapon is a force to be reckoned with. And best of all, the arrows melt away in time. A perfect weapon for the discerning assassin, which is why you can only obtain it via membership of the Dark Brotherhood. While we have many more fascinating unique weapons and artifacts, I think it would be best not to spoil you and let you uncover them for yourself. Bruma. This northern city blanketed in snow is home to a thriving Nord population and has been for centuries. This is no surprise, as Bruma is situated near the Skyrim border. This race of hardy humans are known for their resistance to cold, just as well with the harsh climate of Bruma and the Gerald Mountains beyond. The Nord influence extends beyond the population of Bruma. When entering the city, you will be greeted by none other than Tiber Septim, better known to the Nords as Talos. This man-turned-god is viewed as the embodiment of Skyrim, and therefore plays a vital role in Nord culture, heritage, and tradition. In fact, the Great Chapel of Bruma is dedicated to Talos. Many Nords leave offerings at the shrine of Talos as a mark of reverence. While Talos receives the lion's share of worship, the remaining 8 divines are also represented within these sacred walls, and they too are acknowledged by most Nords. While Bruma may not seem like the ideal travel destination, those who brave the frigid trip up the Gerald Mountains can expect open Nord hospitality and many places of interest. A warm and cozy inn is just the relief required after a long and cold trip. For those whose coin purse overfloweth, nothing beats the Gerald View Inn. Sanitary patrons, good food, as much high-quality mead as you can drink, and a warm bed. For the traveller on a budget, Olav's Tap and Tack is a satisfactory alternative. While the patrons may look a bit rough, we assure you they are harmless and even merry, as long as the mead keeps flowing. Besides mead making, Nords are also known for their smithing. Bruma has the luxury of 2 master blacksmiths who specialize in weapons and armor. For those seeking something sharp, you can't go wrong with the hammer and axe. If you need strong, well-fitting armor, then look no further than Nord Winds. Both shops offer a wide range of well-crafted items to suit a range of requirements. If your heart yearns for adventure, then be sure to stop by the local Fighters Guild. They are always looking for able-bodied, keen-spirited souls. Should the arcane pique your interest, then the nearby Mages Guild has exactly what you are after. If you are feeling charitable, you can pay the lower-class district of Bruma a visit. While far from welcoming, the residents mostly keep to themselves and do not pose a threat to visitors. From the lowliest part of town, we can turn our eyes to the loftiest, Castle Bruma. This fortified structure houses the Honourable Countess, Nerina Carvane. While there is more to Bruma than discussed here, we shall leave that for you to explore yourselves when the time comes. Be warned, however, while Bruma is seemingly peaceful, there are hidden dangers brewing that are sure to reveal themselves sooner or later. Keep your wits about you. What started out as a simple side project has evolved into one of the biggest modding projects to date. Despite the massive scope of this project, we are finally seeing the end of the road, but there is still work to be done. We hope this video has given you a better insight into the project, and perhaps has shown how some of you might be able to contribute yourselves. Only with the Elder Scrolls modding community's talents and the support of this fantastic community could we have ever gotten as far as we have. We hope you continue to support us as you have for years, and we are excited to share much more. For our next Dev Diary, we would love to hear what kind of topics you want us to talk about. Be sure to let us know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next Development Diary. Take care.